So we're on question 12 now. Here are a list of 6 numbers. Work out the mean. So I've got different types of average. I've got the mode, which happens the most often. I've got the median, is where you put them in order and find the middle one. The mean is the hardest one. So when you're mean, it's hard to do. So I'm going to add together all of those numbers. Add all them together, and I'm going to divide it by how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm going to add these numbers together and divide by 6. Now, there's different ways to do this adding. Maybe I'm going to do some groups. I know that 9 add 3 add 8 gets me to 20. I've got 5 and 4, so that's worth 20. 5 and 4 gets me to 9 and 13, so that gets me to 22. Add 20 gets me to 42. So there's different ways to do it. Like you can just literally add them up. But 42 divided by 6 gets me an answer of 7. Next one then, so simplify. Oh, some nice algebra here. Simplify this. Well, if it just said 15 over 3, that means 15 divided by 3. So I've got to do 15 divided by 3, which would give me 5. But it doesn't just say 15 divided by 3, it says 15a divided by 3. So that's going to give me an answer of 5a. This one, simplify this. Well, I'm going to collect together my like terms. So this is just a number term. So that's the only one with just numbers. So I'm going to have 19 by itself. Then I've got my b term. So I've got 5b, and I subtract 7b. So that's going to get me down to negative 2b. And last one, I've got 4c plus c on its own, so that means 1c, and that'll give me 5c. I always like to draw the little boxes to remind myself of what goes together. This one, factorise. Rubbish rhyme coming. When I see factorise, brackets appear before my eyes. So I know that I've got to put some brackets in here. So I know there's got to be a common factor. So what times table? I've got these both in, so they're both in the 2 times table. That's the highest common factor. What do I multiply 2 by to get 8d? 4d's. What do I multiply 2 by to get negative 6? Negative 3. So we've done all the maths, now I'm just going to write it out. So I've got 2 lots of 4d minus 3. Okay, that's how we factorise. This one. Last week, 73% of all the tickets sold at a cinema were adult tickets. What percentage of the tickets that sold were not adult tickets? Well, I know that 100% is all of them. If I subtract 73%, how much is left? 27%. I get this one. Some people watched the thing. Number of adults, number of children was 2 to 5. So I'm just going to draw a little visual to help me with this. I've got 2 adults to every 5 children. Yeah, just really easy to do. 2 A's and 5 C's. What fraction of these people were adults? Well, how many adults were there? There was 2 lots of adults. And how many people were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2 out of 7. So just by drawing that picture, it makes it so much easier for you to visualise that. On Friday, 500 people watched a film at the cinema. 70% of these were children. So this is my Friday, so I know I've got Friday and Saturday. So I'm just going to split it up so the person marking my exam will find it really easy to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to work out 70% of 500. Now that's probably a bit difficult to do in one step, so I'm going to work out 10% first. So to work out 10% of 500, I divide 500 by 10. So I know that 10% would be that. So 70%, I'm going to need to multiply that by 7. And that gives me an answer of 350. So there's a mark just for writing down that number there. On Saturday, 720, 5/8 of these people. So I always like to draw this with my group, just so there's a nice visual for it. So 720 in total. So I need one more block. So those got 8 blocks. They should be the same size. Sorry, bad drawing. And I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So I've split that into 720 into 8 sections, and I want 5 of those sections. So I'm going to do 720 divided by 8. Now that's a bit complicated to do, so I'm just going to visualise it as 72 divided by 8. And if I put to my times tables, that will give me 9. So this one would be 10 times as big, 90. So each of these sections is worth 90. Now once I know that that's worth 90 each, then the shaded section is 90, 180, 270, 360, 450. Okay, so I know that for Saturday, 450 watched it. Kasim thinks more children watch the film on Friday than on Saturday. Is Kasim correct? So no, 450 is bigger than 350. And that's Saturday is bigger than Sunday.